Morning YouTube. This is just a brief workshop tour and an update of my snap-on toolboxes. It's done before the workshop opens for the day. This bit is our welding and sheet metal area. There is another snap-on box. An old one, I won't go through that. It's steels and sandpapers and a few hand tools. Bandsaw, Megatronic, a couple of snap-on plants, MIG 187, which is useless on mild but really good on stainless steel. Snap-on TIG, AC/DC, works well. A couple of Artec plants, Echo machine. A fairly large 16-foot bench with the small benches. Variety of pillar drills. A really crap pipe bender there, and a really nice Huth or Ben Pearson bender. Just a quick view of that. Folders and rollers. Well, from this video you know that I'm heavily into the snap-on product, and the lads that work with me as well are really into it. There's their boxes down there, all snap-on. There's a Mac box in the background. That's just a suspension service for them, keep all the tools in there for just beating on for suspension work and one thing or another. The saw in the distance. Coming around to my area, this is my project lift, whatever I'm working on at the time. A couple of toys for the grandkids. This is what we call the hot rod tent. It was originally put up to ours projects as we did them, but I took it over from our stuff just to have a relatively clean area. There's also a polishing and linishing area around the back there. I keep that separate because of the dust. I won't go around there, it's nothing grand to see. Right, I'll just do a quick update on my toolbox. This is the reason it's called the hot rod tent. It's a tea bucket we built several years ago. I'll go past these boxes to my main box, which is a snap-on workstation. I'm not going to describe every tool that's in the drawer, obviously you're going to know what you're looking at. But if I see anything that I rate, then I'll point it out. So it's a workstation with a riser and a top locker. In the riser, some Mac scrapers, just they had them on offer. Snap-on screwdrivers, nut drive, quad drive extension, hand spinners, scrapers, snap-on air chisel. Degree ring for the exhaust bending that we made ourselves here. Snap-on precision, solder station, a few things. This is just where I keep the decent stuff. I have other toolboxes with older gear or some nondescript that's lasted. This is just where I keep the majority of my stuff. And there's another area, work area we have at home as well, with a turning shop and 5 more snap-on toolboxes. I'll maybe do a video of this. It is quite a nice area another time. Anyway, to this one, mainly snap-on. Some Mac, but pretty much mainly snap-on. And there are a few cheaper tools that I've had for 30 years and they've lasted, so they're useful to me, so they're stuck in here. But mainly snap-on. Main spanner drawer, mixture of metric and imperial. Again, mainly snap-on. There are some other runs. There's a few Mac, not many. And there is a set of Facom, 2 sets of Facom spanners. The larger ratchet ones there, which are excellent. Cannot fault them. They've had some real use. We're only a lightweight shop. We do work on some smaller commercials, so they have had. They've been given some grief, unfortunately, but they've stood up really well. Let's go down left to right. Main ratchet drawer. Pretty much all snap-on, couple of Mac. It's really good tools. I would do recommend the Tech Wrench. I had the earlier Tech Wrenches, didn't particularly like them. But these new Tech Wrenches really good. We have them in 1/2 inch, 3/8 and 1/4, and they really are cool to use. Allen keys and bits. A few Mac handheld sets, a Facom set which is really cool, Snap-on individual, a nondescript 1/2 inch drive set that have stood the test of time, really good. Just miscellaneous old X pieces in the pots there, but they're good for if you've got to knock something into a rounded out fastener or whatever. Adjustable spanners, not something we really use that much in the motor trade, but they do get used occasionally. Stilsons, pretty much the full set of Snap-on Stilsons. Again, don't use them very often, but they do get used. There's a couple of sizes that's not there, but they're not really anything that we need. Pretty much a random draw really. A few touch-up paints. We do a lot of project work, and sometimes we'll just have to touch something up. We'll paint properly as a rule, but sometimes we'll keep lots of black painting just for, spray on top of primer to highlight for sanding and levelling, what have you. Various tapes, sealants, adhesives. Pliers, mainly Snap-on, some Mac. There's one Blue Point house clamp plier there. Got to have decent pliers. Plus with the Snap-on, if you get any play across the pivot, then they'll warranty them. So it's a decent investment to have decent quality stuff. It's like a random draw. It's just what fits in what drawer for this one. There's various picks and serpentine belt tool, Snap-on die grinder, spindle rethread, chain tool, alternator service kit, impact driver, just a Snap-on little flare kit. Obviously we use the bench mounted one, but that one does come in now and again. X, splines and Torx, some Snap-on crow's feet, some disconnect tools. The X spline Torx kits were an industrial kit that I bought for the right money, and I bought them with the view that if they break, then we'll replace it with Snap-on or Mac. It's pretty much all the originals there they've had. This was up to the test of time again, and we've only had to replace the real popular sizes that generally break anyway. So they've been alright. Lady feet, pry bars, hammers, bodyworking hammers. We do a fair chunk of sheet metal work, so I like to keep everything nice and organised. You'll see different sets of Mac grips throughout the video. I bought these with the quite strange jaw profile, and to be fair, I don't think I've ever used them. I don't know why I bought them. I don't know what the plan is with them. So I'm probably missing something there, but maybe they'll come in one day. Bun drawer, mainly timing belt pin kits, a couple of sets of old punchers and gasket punchers, a couple of the older electronic reset tools for VW brakes and things like that, but that's all incorporated in with the diagnostic machinery now, pretty much. So these get a fair bit of use for the pin kits. Screwdriver drivers, just all Snap-on. I really rate the Snap-on, and unfortunately Snap-on do break, but the warranty is excellent on it, and I'm a Snap-on guy. There's never no messing about, and it's generally well stocked. So as it is now, every Thursday, if anything is broke, we can get it sorted quick. Torx sticks, Snap-on and Mac. A couple of AST sets that have worked brilliantly. There's some AST Torx sticks over there that again work really well. Some of the tools it's not Snap-on, I've had them when I first started out, the snap-on wasn't as available, and it definitely wasn't, I couldn't afford it back then. Picks. I use a lot of picks nowadays, which I never really used to, but just snap onto this spanner drill. Makes quite a nice set, lined up level with the other one, so it makes a fairly quick reference. Extensions, again pretty much snap on. A couple of Mac in there, a few nondescript that have lasted. Which is where I tell the lads, and they've finally got it now, because they've worked here with me for one for 7 years, one for 10 years, and it was all a bit lapsy-daisy with the tools at the start, but now they've got the same mentality. If it's organised, not only can you get more in the drawer, but you know at a glance if something's not got packed away. We do a lot of project work and one-offs and fabrication, so we get through a lot of drills. This is just the quick reference, quick access drill. Quite a few snap-on ones, but we label them up for what materials to be used on. Snap-on cobalt, which are quite good on the stainless, and we use a couple of Facom sets and a nondescript set that we just keep topping up. Some engineer supplies, bigger drill bits, quite a few old saws, mainly for these older ones, are mainly for the tube notcher on the bench out there, that's in the workshop. Works really well. The bigger holes, then we'll either get a machine shop to tin, or we do have a little area with the milling machines and a lathe that we can generally get through, but sometimes we have to outsource. Overspill of sockets, 1/2 inch 3/4 drive, and we have under the main bench out in the workshop we have an inch drive set for the bigger stuff. This is just what's got here to keep them tidy over the years, and then there's wheel nut removers, locking nut removers around and stuff, and reducers and step ups. This is just a random drawer, keep some AM fittings in, some braided hoses and brake pipe fittings for the braided hoses and one thing and another. Some stainless bits, some stainless bar that we marked out there to make a set of flanges for a small block. The headers, just chucked away. The top locker, just sets, random sets really. There's a timing light set up there, there's a mini ductor, which is quite good, screwdriver, torque wrench, various chassis tools, chassis ears there I believe, yeah. There's compression testers for cars and for bikes, noid light sets, and just various stuff that keeps it all there out of the way and tidy. Spray guns, some spray consumables in the lockets to the side. There's a organiser trolley, you'll get over the side of your job or even over the engine bay. A Blue Point, so it was available. We all have one of those. Side cab, cleaning fluids, air fresheners, cleaning fluids, degreasers, specialist polish, primers, various bits, gel coat, repair, fillers, just bits and bobs to keep it out of the way. And the door, snap-on tape measures, eye protection, which you'll see everywhere, because I've really drilled that into the lads. You've got to be careful with stuff like that. Snap-on Modus Ultra, that's the one diagnostic we use mainly. we keep it on the update package. It's updated automatically then by a Snap-on guy. Quick grab chemicals. Coming down, just cleaning fluids again. We do a lot with the stainless work, so we keep quite a selection of stainless fasteners in. Not overly comprehensive, but it does us. So some nut covers, various washers, cap heads and dome heads, bits and bobs there. And then quick reference on the common for us size fasteners. Generally does what we need. We can get a good delivery from a stainless supplier next day delivery if there's anything missing. Miscellaneous cleaning items, plus polishing pads, different levels of the polishing pads, sponges, microfibers, quite a few DA pads, and also for the mini polishers, some little mops for the for polishing around the welds and stuff that we can't get on the machine at the back of the tent here. Reciprocating saw, I didn't do all before the Snap-on came on offer, but it works fine. And then just quite a beefy puller kit there. Well, that's it for that toolbox. I'll finish off with a couple of little boxes that's in this area. Go around to those. So that's the hot rod. On the floor you'll see this is a pneumatic lift I bought just for an ear. It's an air, well, pneumatics obviously, it's an air operated one, but it's useless. It'll take you 10 minutes to send the car up and 5 minutes to get the car down, but it only gets used for storing the hot rod or whichever one of the projects we've got in here. One's a welding cabinet, all the welding consumable, or most of the welding consumables in there. This is another Snap-on one of mine. I'll just keep this one. Just a bit of a work area, let's get my chargers on it. Insulated tools, we've got another set of insulated tools as well on the way, just for all of the hybrid work and anything, you know, you got to look after your fingers. This one's more for the fabrication side of when I'm doing the project work. It looks a mixed bag, but it's actually organised in my own way. Files, a few grips, punches, hammers, chisels, a few marking implements, aviation snips, different bits, and just quick grab stuff really. We don't like to get caught out if we have broken bolts or anything, which does happen quite a lot in the motor trade. So I like to be fairly well stocked in-house so we can solve most problems without having to call anybody or use a third-party service that you can get let down over. So I stock up on taps and dies, easy outs and things. But it's a Blue Point set of taps and dies there. A couple of Blue Point tapper wrenches there, a variety of taps and dies. And down again, a few easy outs and more taps and dies, larger sizes. It's just really cool to have everything. It's not great when something breaks, but it's quite rewarding when you manage to sort the problem. Another disaster drawer, helicoils, easy outs, spot plug rethreaders, a little puller kit there, more easy outs and spindle runners. Flat wheels and slitting discs, a little cordless polisher, Mac drills, 18 volt and 10.8. Normally stick with the Snap-on, and there is a Snap-on in the next, or the bottom drawer of this box. But I took a flyer on these because they was on a promotional offer, and to be fair, they've been really good. So I've had them about 2 years now, maybe a bit longer. So we're doing alright. One gun's out on the job. All Snap-on in this one. It's the brand, I like the brand and it's a good product, but I think it really helps, as I say, because the Snap-on guy is a decent lad. I wouldn't tell him to his face, but he's a good lad. And then there's another 1/2 inch gun doing it. Bottom drawer. Not a lot on this one. Power file, cheap one, but it works really good for us for what we do. Angle drill. Keep a couple of cordless grinders. One with a slitting disc, one with a flat wheel on it. And there's another little puller kit and a ball joint separator. Oh, and there's another one of the older machines there, the Launch, which we still update because it does actually, it's not as user friendly as the Snap-on one, but it still does get used fairly regular. Now the last box that's in this 10 to 9, this is fault finding and auto electrical cart. I like to have everything set into its own area. It just makes it a lot easier because we are a fairly busy we're a very busy workshop, so means we can be organised. A laptop and a 6-channel scope, although it's only really any good for 4-channel, but it is a 6-channel. Blue Point gas solder torches. Vacuum multimeter, really good. Snap-on battery tester, quite good. Remote switch, Power Probe 4. There's a Power Probe 3 in here as well. Various test lights and other bits of wires and things we've knocked up to do whatever job it was. This is just a quick grab for terminals, battery rings, terminals, heat shrink, relay test kits and various bits and bobs. Again, just a quick grab for electrical tools, little snips and terminal crimpers. Just a little Blue Point quarter drive set, just makes it easier to grab them going all the way up to the big box. Yeah, that's about it really. Airbag kit Blue Point on the back there and some chargers down the bottom. The Snap-on, well, there's the chassis ears are there, and then there's a little Blue Point. It's a Blue Point jump pack, and then Snap-on in there. There's a Mitivac pump, another odds and ends, some little screwdrivers and things. Oh, not sure, there's one more, just a little Blue Point cart, not really worth a mention, but we use that one. That's got all the tooling kit on for the pipe bender around the corner. So that's pretty much it. It's just a quick glance at what's in the hot rod tent. And then, as I say, there's another area back at home, a workshop we have with some turning equipment. There's a couple of mills and a lathe, other bits and odds and ends of things like that. And there's also an electronics area. We do any project electronics, and also we have a bash at robotics and some stuff that we've built. So I'll maybe do a video on that.